Hey guys, Bryan here from Liquid Concepts. So today we're going to talk a little bit about dipping, and mainly just on the film and how the actual activator affects it and how it's going to come out and how it's going to look. And so we were dipping a few projects in one of our films, and I thought, you know what, this would be a great video. So we've got the film that we've got here is our Confederate camo. It's exclusively through the Liquid Concepts, and so pretty much you've got all of your Confederate flags inside the leaves, and then of course you've got just your regular camo. It was designed by Mud Jugs, so they use them on all of the mud jugs and all of that, but essentially kind of wanted to go over just a little bit, because some films are a lot like this film in that if you put too much activator on it, it can greatly change the look of the part. Even though it still comes out good, looking at one that's correctly activated versus not correctly activated or over activated, then it's going to look completely different. So like if you're doing, like, say, a shotgun and you're doing multiple pieces, and let's say that your foregrip doesn't match your buttstock, now there's a problem. So kind of want to just go over a couple of those things and just shoot a quick video on it, show you guys a few things on how to try to make sure that you get everything the way that it needs to be. So so we've already got our film cut. We've of course got two of the speed shapes here, and so we're just going to go ahead, put this down into the water. We'll cut off our excess tape here, and then we'll get this in the water. Alright, so of course you can see it's starting to roll up a little bit right here, and it's starting to expand out. Not a big deal. A lot of the films will do that. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just mainly the film is hydrating, and all the film is doing is that it's just expanding, and then essentially about right now it's actually going to start shrinking back to its standard state. So we can go ahead and pull our dividers back down to that, so that way we contain it as much as possible, and then of course put in our dividers here, and now we're ready to go. So we'll grab some gloves on and then we'll get started. We've got 60 seconds on the film with it laying on the water. The temperature is about 82 degrees or so, so anywhere between 80 to 90, we're perfectly good. And then what we're going to be shooting is going to be the Liquid Concepts activator. Again, other activators will work, but this is what we're going to be showing you guys with. So one thing is on this one actually likes to be to where it just slightly, it looks like it's slightly underactivated. So you're going to have a few little pinholes, a few little dots. That's a slight haze for whenever you're looking at it, and it's actually going to be activated exactly good, exactly perfect. And so on this pass, we're just going to go ahead and shoot it with one good pass, and then let it activate, and then we're going to dip the part. So you can see how that is just slightly hazed over from the activator. It's not fully glassed out, it's almost there, but it's not quite. And so again, we're going to take this, and we're going to take our speed shape here, dip it down at the 45 just like normal, pull it back out, and so now you can see you've got a lot of color, a lot of clarity in the film. Everything looks really well, even on the stretch, all the way down the side there, all the way on the back, and everything looks really good. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead, we're going to shoot another video right quick, and then we're going to do it with just a little bit more activator, and we're going to see how this turns out. Alright, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this over here, we'll grab our other film, and then we'll get started again. Alright, so we've got our other film. We're going to go ahead and just get this laid on the water. And so again, we're going to take our tape, cut these, and get this in the water here. Alright, so I've got a slight little bubble right there, not really a big deal. All I got to do is just kind of blow it out and it'll go away, and now we've got flat surface. So go ahead, put our dividers in. Now again, on the first pass, you saw that whenever we activated the film, it was slightly hazed, almost slightly underactivated, but it gave us really good color. Everything looked really good with it, all right? And so there's some films that are out there, not very many, but there will be some that will want to act like this. And so whenever you do have a film that's like this, then you also know how to approach it and what way you need to go about it to get a better looking color and just get the film to work the way that it needs to, all right? And so again, we've got 60 seconds on the water. I'm gonna go ahead and grab a glove right quick, and then we will get to dipping. So on this one, I'm gonna go just a little bit slower, just like I would on whenever I'm fully activating it. And you're gonna see that it's going to be fully glassed out. You're gonna have just a smooth glassed out look, which is gonna look great. But whenever you put them up next to each other, they may not, all right? So let's go ahead and do this. All right, so now you can see everything is glassed out. I mean, it's just slick and everything looks really well. That's the way that we normally want it, all right? So now we're gonna take our speed shape again. We're going to go ahead and dip it down into the water at the 45, just like that. And then pull it back out, all right? And so now what you're gonna see is everything looks actually pretty good. We've got a little bit slight haze, a little bit less color, I guess you'd say, back in here, but all in all, everything actually looks pretty good. But let's see what it looks like compared to the one that we just did. So this is the one that we just dipped, all right? And this is the one that we dipped the first time. And so if you were just looking at this one by itself, it would look pretty good. But whenever you actually put these side by side, from a slight hazed look with the activator to a fully glassed out look, you can tell a big difference. And so the main thing is that whenever you're dipping these parts, it's really critical to get your activator right. And so if this was a barrel and this was a receiver on a gun, that wouldn't quite line up exactly perfect. It wouldn't look quite right. And so whenever you're doing these jobs, you've got to make sure that you're getting your activator sprayed on right, you've got your activator dialed in, you've got your film dialed in, and things like that. And so now, could this be passable just with this one by itself? Sure, it probably could. We can go through, maybe darken it up a little bit, but you can tell that the colors are just more muted. They're not as bright, they're not as vibrant, they're not as colorful as what this is right here. And this is what it's supposed to look like. And so whenever you put it up next to something like it's supposed to, you can definitely tell a big difference. And so so for pretty much for this week's tips and tricks, it's all about the activator. You got to get it dialed in, you got to get it set up right. And just by doing this quick little comparison right here, you can definitely tell a big difference in the way that a little bit over activated looks like versus dialed in just right. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, whether you have trouble with it, if you've got settings that are just dialed in and everything's perfect, or even if you want to see any other videos or anything like that, we'd love to hear from you. So again, I'm Bryan from Liquid Concepts, and we're making hydrographics great again. Thank you guys.